get out of school. Yeah. It's not raining. It's awesome. See lots of critters. So we're gonna look. We have lots of different animals. We had a couple. We had a calf born 2 days ago, so we'll get to see a bottle-feeded calf. And we got baby chicks and rabbits and sheep and everything else. We have lots of dogs. Anybody afraid of dogs? You're not? Okay. Yeah. Anybody afraid of dogs? No.
No, I love it.
We have really sweet dogs. I will tell you this. Here's some of the rules. One is if you have a question, just raise your hand. Let me know. Two is all our fences are electrified. And I know that sounds exciting, and you want to kind of dare each other to do it, but don't. You don't want to get zapped. Just stay with the group, and like don't reach through any of the fences and stuff to pet any animals. Like I said, they're really friendly, but sometimes they don't know you, and especially our dogs. Some of our dogs are guardian dogs, so they're not sure if you're a friend, foe, if you're going to eat a chicken or eat a sheep or something like that. So they might bark at you, but they're all friendly once you get to know them.
Do you have any pigs?
We do have pigs. We have piglets and pigs and everything else. It's a little muddy everywhere, including where the pigs are too. So you're going to see that today when we're walking around. But you guys don't mind, right? A little mud doesn't hurt.
Way down there.
There's some pigs in the near Battery Lane. Yep. Yep. Mud doesn't kill you. And this is Trav, and Trav is a border collie. Why do you think I have Trav? What do you think I use him for? Herding sheep. That's right. Yep, they're naturals at it. Trav, come here.
I have a German Shepherd and a cattle dog, and the cattle too.
Oh yeah? Yep. So he's real friendly. He loves being pet. He does like attention. He's a ham. So let's do this. Let's go over here first. We'll look at the chickens, and then we'll be here for about a day or two, and then we'll move them to another one, and we'll keep on moving them every day. Now this is where our cattle were in the winter, and so what they're doing is taking all the hay patties and stuff like that and scratching them out, so it will come back in grass. Otherwise, they kind of just sit there and clump up in that. So and then they're grazing and eating in here all the grass, as well as some grain. So these are all laying hens. They're kind of you know what anyone know what our state bird is? Rhode Island Red, yeah. So these aren't Rhode Island Reds, but they're a cross of a Rhode Island Red. But they produce a ton of eggs. They do about an egg every 24 to 36 hours. They lay an egg. And we have about 60 dozen to 100 dozen a day that we're getting in here of eggs. Yeah.
The chicken that's on the list.
Yeah. So we sell them. Yep, we sell them all to restaurants, farmers markets, markets around the area.
So that's where all our eggs come from.
This is where eggs.
All of them.
One every 24 to 36 hours. So every one of these little girls kind of lays it. We have one boy, one rooster. He's a full-bred Rhode Island Red. He's somewhere around. And then we have this white chicken over here. So you guys see the white chicken walking around, the four-legged white chicken? So that's his name isn't Chicken. His name is Shep. What do you think we need to call him? His name is Shep. Shepherd. Exactly. So he takes care of the sheep. He sometimes guards the sheep and sometimes guards the chicken. We have a bunch of these dogs, and you'll see them as we're walking around. We get them as day olds. These guys are about 2 weeks. They're going on 2 weeks old yesterday. Next week, 3 weeks, and then at 3 weeks we go outside. So we keep them in there because we want them in a kind of a warm place where they can actually grow, and they're protected and everything else from the weather. Because we had bad weather this week, but they're nice and dry and warm in there. So they kind of live in there. We've got about 600 in there now. And then we take those from there, but they're little. If you look in here, you can't barely tell there's that many in there.
Are we each going to get one?
You don't want to take one home? That's what the last group wanted too. They wanted a pig, they wanted a cow, they wanted a sheep. So the red ones in here are called poulet rouges, which is a fancy French word for red bird. And they're a different French genetics. And the white ones are Cornish cross. So the chickens you usually see in the supermarket, or that style is the same one we raise here. But the difference is we raise them as free range. So they live outside and get to eat grass and bugs and peck and scratch and do what chickens like to do.
Do you have to supplement their food at all?
We do. Yep, we give them they get grain as well. So they get about 15% of their food, 15 to 20% of their food from grass and foraging, and then the rest of it is all grain.
So how much does one chicken eat a day, grain-wise?
It varies from this age. They eat like about 2 ounces a day, and then all the way up to their whole life they'll probably eat. I'm trying to remember the number. It's about 12 pounds of grain. 12
pounds in their whole life?
Their whole life, yep. With as broiler. So these chickens are actually for meat. So those are egg layers, these guys are for meat. I know. But do you eat chicken? Sometimes? You don't anymore?
Really?
So this is where it comes from. This is where they start out, and then they get bigger when we raise them as we go.
And how long before they're on our table?
On your table. So the white ones are about 8 to 10 weeks generally. The older ones are 14 to 18 weeks.
So not very long.
You don't want to eat meat anymore? See, but what we do is we want to make sure the animal, if you're going to eat meat, we want to make sure the animal gets the best life it can. Yeah, you guys can come up if you want to take a peek in there. You don't have to. Don't be scared though. They won't bite. I can get one if you want to pet one. Travel, go get them and bring them back so you can see them, so we don't have to go very far. So that's Leary and Cricket are our 2 dogs. And then Shep will... So what he'll do is he'll bring them all back.
Look at the little tummy you guys. Whoa. Touch the fence.
Yeah, the fence is on, so just don't...
What would it do to, like, would it like touch your nose?
No, just kind of give you a little zap.
Alright, well maybe this one's higher voltage, so that would make it short. Make your hair curl. One time my brother went to a farm and he was like was about to say
No, they're being stubborn. Sometimes they kind of get in one spot and they won't move. Come by.
So that's telling him you want them closer to us?
So no, that's to tell. So when I say different commands, it's which direction he's going to run in. So come by is clockwise and away is counterclockwise. So he's just trying to work them. They're being stubborn. So he's trying to get a couple more moves. Look at him in a second. Good job. Lie down. Lie down. Job, lie down. This is Dakota. So, that'll do. Yep, well, just dominating. You can kind of see his hair just comes out. Yeah. Kind of nappy, but it's... Yeah, I'm gonna get out because you don't want him to. Don't want to make videos of me getting butt bites. Here, child, that'll do. Come on, that'll do. Come on. Here, child. Good job. Good boy. The turned up nose. They got like that little shovel at the end of their nose. So they kind of turned all this over. This was all overgrown, right? So all brush. We cut down some trees, but all this was all overgrown. And what they'll do with their little shovel is they'll dig, push soil aside, uproot things. I've even had, like, sometimes we start with bigger pigs, they'll have a big board, and if they get their nose underneath the board, they can. I'm a big guy. They can pick me up with everything because they have very strong necks, and that nose, if you touched it, it's really tough. It's really like a. And so we let them kind of get in here, and if you think of a pig, like think of a boar in the wild, running through the woods, we kind of want to mimic that. We want to show kind of them in the woods where they can get shade, where they can have wallows. Why do we think we want, what you think of, you see a pig in mud, why do you think they have to be in mud? What's the reason? Anybody know? Who didn't answer the question? You didn't answer the question. That's right. That's right. So it kind of cools them off, it keeps the bugs off them. So they really like, see how cool it is right in here, even just opposed to right out here. It's just a little cooler. If you feel like right in the sun, right under there, it keeps them nice and cool and happy. And they, you know, pigs are lazy. They've been just sleeping all day, hanging out, living the pig's life. Until we came over and woke them up. Now they're out of bed. And then they'll go over and eat and hang out. So does anybody know what the types of pigs are? What's a boy pig called?
That I don't know.
Don't know? Because of the B.
Boar.
Say it loud. Boar. Yep. It's a boar. That's a boy pig. What's a girl pig? That's a mama.
Sow.
A sow. That's right. Yep. And then a girl pig that hasn't had any babies is called a gilt. And then there's a barrow too, which is a boy that's been castrated. So these are all boars. So these are all boys, and we keep them separate because we don't castrate our animals. So
are they fairly friendly?
Yeah, they're friendly. They're totally friendly. They don't like There's no aggression. Even our boars that we have, we keep for breeding, are very friendly.
And a terrible one.
So this kind of pig is called a Berkshire, and it's an old style breed. They're called heritage breeds. So you guys will see Babe, the movie Babe. Remember like the white pig? That's called a Yorkshire pig. These are old breeds, and they do really well outside.
I know.
They love to scratch.
I can see that.
Yep. They're very curious and very smart. Pigs will figure out how to open gates and doors. You have to always treat them with a lot of respect because they're really smart. They'll figure something out.
And they're so strong.
Yep.
Their tails keep curling and then uncurling again.
Yep. They do wag their tails like a dog when they're happy. They curl their tails when they're happy too. When they're nervous, they go straight down. When they get nervous or something, you'll see it go straight down between their legs. See the tree shaking there? Someone's getting a scratch. One of the bigger pigs getting a scratch.
Hey, look, there's one coming right now.
Yep.
Hello. It's a big one. So how much is, like this one right here, how much does he weigh?
He weighs about 280 pounds.
He's a big guy.
So maybe a little bigger.
Oh my god, he's huge.
Do they like to be pets?
We usually don't pet them just because, you know, some do. If they're real friendly, they'll like to be pet. And some just will run away from you.
Look at that one.
Yep.
Now,
Hey,
are
don't touch
these
the fence.
going to be eaten?
Yes, so these are for meat. So like,
Don't listen, Sam.
that's okay. So again, what we do with all our animals, I know we, people eat meat and stuff like that, and the way we see things is that if we're gonna eat meat, we should give them the best life they can have. And what's a better life than living in Jamestown with a beautiful view, getting to scratch against trees and hang out with their friends and have a great life, you know? And so that's what we do with our pigs and all our animals. We try and give them the best life possible while they're here. And so they get where pigs love to be. We call it, they get to express their pigness. They get to be pigs. They get to exhibit all their natural traits as a pig. You know, a lot of pigs you see in like factories factory farms where they do it, a pig has that snout and it wants to dig, but it's on concrete, it can't dig. So here it gets to express itself fully and be a pig. That pigness.
I got a little land to clear.
Yeah, oh yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it. Rent the